And the problem is the Grants are a tribe, not a clan. Well, I think we've got a tribe. Oh, I feel so completely. I can so completely. When you're in a society where people don't, I mean, I was in this, in the Holy Trinity Church the last time I went. It was, I suppose, necessarily schizophrenic, but it had been divided into two halves. There was the first part of the service. This was given by, I was going to talk to her and ask her to explain the. I should have looked it up on the internet, I suppose, or I should have remembered from my confirmation classes what the structure of the church is. But I was so busy trying to get off the hook, or trying to get on the hook. It was always what I couldn't understand. If God was going to send his only son, how is he going to choose the race? And in those days, you didn't have telecommunications. How was he going to... and I didn't even understand why there was a problem. I didn't understand why there was a problem, because it's so beautiful, and well, it is in South Africa. But maybe it was just sheltered life. We had this tiny little, and I just didn't see the bad things. I felt them. I mean, when I used to play in the maids' quarters, and you could smell her body odor. It was very strong. The whole room was full of it, and I used to play in that. And it was so awful, the room that she slept in. It was a bare concrete floor. There was no no curtains, no facilities, no nothing. Just a sleeping, a bed. It was a prison with an open door. And her bed was three bricks under each leg to keep it high off the floor, to stop the chongololos and then that creature from climbing into the bed while you're sleeping. And this smell of her body, her was in that room. It was our sort of playroom for a while. That's why I completely understood Joan Armour Trading's Drop the Pilot. I so want this to end. I know even while I'm doing it that I'm running hot, and I could have just walked out. I didn't have to stay in London. I've got plenty. I had plenty of money. In a month I could have walked to Edinburgh. But I thought I was supposed to apply for a job, and I didn't want the kind of jobs that I saw, except for one I did see in the northeast, which was tailor-made for me. It was the same salary I earned at Cambridge when I left, and basically the job was you had to have experience with GNU-C programming, and you had to You ought to also know about compiler optimizations and code generation and things like that. Why were they... You see, and when I got to a point this morning, when I started talking to Larry, I thought, well, Larry taught me how to think. Larry's Greek. Larry has connections with the Buckingham Palace. The Prince Philip is was Chancellor of the University of Cambridge all the time I was there, and he was the Grand Master of the English Lodge of Freemasons, whatever it's called. I don't know what his title was. And maybe I insulted them. Of course I insulted them. The Freemasonry, if you read Aristotle, Freemasonry is designed. It's not a straw man. It's not a honeypot. It's what's the best word to describe it? It's like Fort Knox. Philosophers are like dogs, Aristotle says. You want to know what a philosopher is? A philosopher is like a dog. He hates the unknown. He hates things he doesn't know. He hates people he doesn't know. He hates... That's what philosophy is. There's unknowing and there's wisdom. And you know what you know. I mean, that was the idea of Dan Dan's English lesson number 1. I think that's what she meant. You know what you know. What fucks like a tiger and fights like a bee? Tigers and bees. What do they do? What are they? Tigers and bees, what do? They fuck and they fight. And until you know more, you try different interpretations of it, I reckon. And then you end up in a bus stop thinking that you have to apply for a job tomorrow because you're going for your universal credit interview with Minnie. Minnie, by the way, is a very interesting name in Japan. In India it might not mean the same thing. Oh God, I hope she's Japanese, but she looks very Indian. Saya Hiyama, Saya Chi, I'm sad. I'm very sad. I know exactly how Goma-chan feels. And I know exactly how... What's his name? The yellow one. People saying that I raped Raquel in... this little girl with a Tamagotchi that I went for a walk with. And she told me the world is coming to an end. And I said, but no, these are just natural things. She said, no, the earthquakes and this. I said, no, but they're natural. I think it's okay. And then I did what I did. I took her down to the river. You listen to that Leonard Cohen song. And then listen to Singularity. Oh, those girls in the Romanian fruit shop where I buy my fruit. Gosh. They know how to use Google. Isabel. Or they've read your book. Or they've looked up the government of Mexico and they watched Apocalypto and The Journey Home. Probably all those things. And they know why whenever I go into the shop I keep forgetting to buy ginger. And that really triggered them today. They both came on like lights. It's so beautiful. That's me. I'm the lamp. I'm the lamp person. I get people's wicks sorted out, and whether they want to light them themselves or not is up to them. But I feel that there's an authority that wants me to take a position, strike a pose, make a stand. I did, babe. You were on a res. You looked absolutely fucking gorgeous, and you were on a res. Well, no, I need an outfitter, I guess. I thought I looked okay as a soldier. I thought I got the balance right. The scout. The Salou Scout, Sir Frederick Salou. That's a nice mixture of decoration, isn't it? Légion d'honneur. Does that mean he was a kebab? I don't know. That means he was a sheep and they skewered him, probably. And a fellow of All Souls, Cambridge. Welcome to the club, buddy. Poetry. It sucks. Poetry sucks. And this is done by girls.